So I've got some thoughts and I'd like to make it into a podcast. So will you come along? And I have a podcast called the Kingdom Mentor Podcast. So this is going to be episode 159, if I can spit it out. Okay, this is what we do. We hear the introduction, you can't hear it, and then I count down. Hey, it's Teresa Croft. Thank you again for joining us for the Kingdom Mentor Podcast. In this episode, I am so excited. And you may think, Teresa, you're on rerun, rest to run again. I'm so just believe in this word that God gave me last year. And he said, 2021, Teresa, is the year to rest to run. So I spent a long time digging into this, and it's based really on Hebrews 11:11 in the Passion with Sarah and how her faith embraced the miracle working power of God, even though. And the part that I've God just hit me over the head with, can I say that? He hit me over the head with a couple of days ago as I was studying Ephesians, is it says her faith embraced the miracle working power of God, even though she had some fleshy stuff. I mean, we're spirit beings having a human experience. Even though her human experience, she was too old to conceive, she was barren. But this is the part, for the authority of her faith rested. So she's resting and embracing the miracle working power of God, and she's resting. But do you see that big word before resting? The authority of her faith rested in the promises of God. So she hooked her authority to the promises of God and walked in her kingdom authority. I was really excited about this. Let's see if I can pull my notes up. So passionate about this. As I was studying Ephesians, I'm on this 21-day thing of the chapter of Ephesians. So can I break this down? See if you can get on fire as I did. So it's like this. The verses that I was focusing on in Ephesians was Ephesians. Let me just go down here. So this is like in Ephesians. A prayer for you, for your authority. Ephesians 1, I think starting again 19, it says, I pray that you will continually experience the immeasurable greatness of God's power made available to you through faith. There's Sarah's faith, embracing the miracle working of God, power of God, not embracing the suck. Boom, this is what you get to do. Then your lives will be an advertisement of this immense power as it works through you. So that's authority. Now listen to this. This is the mighty power. As he is in the world, so are you. This is the mighty power that was released when God raised Christ from the dead and exalted him to the place of highest honor and supreme authority in the heavenly realm. As he is, so are we. He has supreme authority. So you have the authority to walk in this immeasurable greatness of God's power by faith. Just like Sarah, you may have some things that aren't working out, but you're not going to give the fear the authority. You're going to give your faith the authority to rise up and embrace the miracle working power of God. Do you see that? It's just like so exciting. So one thing that I thought about is how Jesus we represent him, and he has this supreme authority. So the action we can take in the rest place first is to listen to him and learn the ways that he represents his authority. So I said rest to run. So this is all resting. But you know where the run gets? That's when we activate the kingdom authority. We activate the kingdom authority. Our authority coming from our identity. It's rising up. Let me give you an example. One time, been quite a few years ago, we were up in the mountains. And this was a long time ago, actually, because my kids were younger. Myself, me, William, and Anna were getting chigger bit. Oh, it's so bad. And I don't know if you ever had a chigger. They're really bad. And my husband was not getting chigger bit. So one day we were having an evening talk over coffee. Probably drinking coffee, in our family. And we said, David, why are you not, we're putting lips, what is it, that lip sealer, fingernail sealer to get the chigger to come out and get them out. If you had chiggers, you know what I'm saying. And he was like, didn't have any. And he just, in David's way, said, you got to take your kingdom authority, guys. You got to take your kingdom authority when you go outside. We did. We didn't get chigger bit anymore. In fact, we went up there a number of times and never got chigger bit. I have another story for you. Taking kingdom authority. Resting in our faith. declaring with our kingdom authority. Another testimony. I'm not sure if it was at our porch or someone else's porch. They were just scattered with mosquitoes. No, it was a friend. And Dave said, listen, just take your kingdom authority over those mosquitoes. Yeah, you can put your candles out and everything, but take your kingdom authority. They did. And the mosquitoes went away. But I realize this is more than sugar bites and mosquitoes that we're dealing with today. I realize it's so much more. That's why I truly believe the key to get past the craziness is to take your kingdom authority. It's a whole nother subject that we've been going in the True Awakening with the Kingdom Mentor Academy, Redeem Your Voice Camp, which is coming up in minutes. It's a whole nother deal when you deal with, I said, Sarah's faith embraced the miracle working power, even though is the issues of the soul. And we're going to dive deep into soul health, dealing with trauma. I shared a testimony just candidly on episode number 2 of the True Awakening of just how I am learning again to process. I call it the FRP process. And I found an author that lines up with that, but puts meat to the bones of FRP. F standing for focus on the issue that's just taking you down. I'm sure Sarah focused like, whoa, look. I'm there. What's this going to happen? Focus on the issue. F. R. Put in the reality. Feel. You got emotions. Sarah laughed when she found out about God. So that was an emotion like, yeah, right. Be real with the emotions. F. R. And P is bring in the presence of God to minister that. P could also be the promises of God. Remember, you're resting in those promises. So invite the presence of Jesus to help you deal with your soul stuff so you don't walk in the authority of your fear and your anger, but you truly walk in your kingdom authority that God's given you. Can you tell I'm excited? I hope I can explain this better. But that was so in my heart. I really wanted to just convey that to you. Because truly, this is the year of the true awakening, where God is awakening on the inside many of his messengers, many of his media messengers, his messengers at home, his messengers in the marketplace, to stand up and speak, to stand up in a whole place, a place that is resting on the authority of the promises of God. His promises are yes and amen. What an awesome place to rest. So then you can run by making those declarations. Will you run with me? Let's make some declarations. Let's talk about, hey, I can walk in the kingdom authority of God. You can walk in the kingdom authority of God. You've got a dream. Don't stop dreaming. You got a vision, walk in that vision. You get a dream at night that's speaking to you. Pray through that dream. Maybe it's an idea, or maybe God's just laying some people on your heart that you need to continue to contend for as friends, as family. Rest to run in 2021, to get past the obstacles, to get over the craziness, to be able to walk with your head high, patriot high, and say, listen, my faith is attached to the miracle working power of God. My authority is from my identity. So my authority is going to rest in the promises of God, and I'm going to tap into his faithfulness. I'm going to declare his faithfulness. I'm going to declare his words. I'm going to be a messenger, a voice for him, speaking truth, the truth that'll set people free, the truth that'll break chains, the truth that'll open the eyes of the blind so they can experience the fullness of God. It's for you, friend. And I hope you grab it. I hope you'll grab it. I'll talk to you in the next episode. And always remember this. You can say no to striving and yes to abiding, to walk in your divine destiny in the sweet spot. So that's kind of like going to be the podcast. And so happy that you joined me. Is that cool? Are you all right with that? Okay. Live or recorded, just want to share that I believe in you. You have a voice. You are enough. The greatest place, I think, sometimes for the soul health is just to bless the Lord. You think, what? Use Psalm 103, where King David says, bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. If you're pregnant, that takes on great meaning. Bless the Lord and forget none of his benefits, who pardons all your iniquities, who heals all your diseases, who redeems your life from the pit. Friend, who redeems your life from the pit, who crowns you with loving kindness and tender mercies, who satisfies your years like a youth. I always mess that one up. But then he says, just as the people knew the acts of God, Moses knew his ways. Pray God will teach you his ways, because if you know his ways, his acts will follow. And then it says, high as the heaven is above the earth, so great is his love for you. As far as the east is from the west, so far has removed your transgressions from you. Just as a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him, those who reverence him. Didn't mean to go so long. Talk to you in the next video, and check it out. Kingdom Mentor Podcast, episode 158's up now. This was supposed to be 159, I think. Anyway, thank you for letting me do that with you. All right, you know it. Talk to you in the next video.